Tonight, a King 5 investigation has led to the state of Washington admitting it unwittingly allowed ICE to hunt down and arrest undocumented residents with the help of state data. That is against the law.
Last week, we alerted the State Department of Licensing that ICE was illegally trolling its database to arrest people it wanted to deport. As King 5 investigator Kristen Goodwillie reports, after we started asking questions, the state took action.
This security video from Camino Island in June shows ICE officers detaining Victor Vivanco Reyes, who's undocumented. He tried running from the feds by taking off in his landscaping truck and ran into the officers' cars.
I don't think that was necessary.
Neighbors say the response was overdone.
I was shocked because you would think that he committed murder.
Victor isn't a murderer. He is a father of a 3-year-old son. He was convicted last year of a gross misdemeanor and served 10 days in jail.
All the hard work. We feel really defeated that he did do all of the work and he was becoming a very, very different person. And now, like, all of that is just gone.
That's my little bro. That's my baby.
Victor is expecting another son with his partner, Jessica Solano. She says his detainment is devastating for their family.
It was like duck season, and they were having fun, or they were enjoying what they're doing, coming after people like that. Like the chase of it.
The King 5 investigators found border enforcement had help chasing Victor down. From the state, federal court documents show before agents arrested Victor, ICE identified him by reading his license plate on the scene and knowing that vehicle was registered to him. This is information that can be obtained by searching for data from the Department of Licensing, or DOL.
I feel like it was really odd that they were able to find him at one of the job sites that he was at.
Look. Washington state agencies aren't supposed to share private data with the federal government for immigration enforcement. It's against the law. The Keep Washington Working Act prohibits this kind of collaboration unless there's a judicial warrant or a criminal investigation not related to immigration. In July, King 5 exposed DOL has a data sharing agreement with ICE. In the agreement, the feds promised not to use it for immigration enforcement. Since Trump's election in November, we found the feds' use of this database skyrocketed, up 188%. After that story, we've learned DOL's Deputy Director Alejandro Sanchez held a meeting with community advocates like the ACLU, Northwest Immigrant Rights Project, and UW. Sources tell us Sanchez said ICE was not misusing the state's database and that King 5 didn't have any proof. Angela Godoy was at that meeting.
He did not believe that the DOL information was being used for immigration enforcement purposes, which would have been an explicit violation of the executive order.
That DOL official was wrong. King 5 uncovered multiple cases where this form of data sharing led to the arrest with the purpose of deportation. The most clear case is this one. Federal agents detained an undocumented man named Wilmer with no criminal record in Kirkland. In their notes, ICE officers wrote they conducted surveillance outside his home in May, saw a car parked near the residence, then ran a query of Washington State Department of Licensing records. That search revealed the vehicle was registered to Wilmer. With the help from DOL, they knew they had their man. We brought this case to DOL. They sent a statement saying King was wrong again. We confirmed, they wrote, no search was made by ICE leading to Wilmer's arrest. A day later, DOL backpedaled. They confirmed ICE did violate ICE's agreement and used state data to find and arrest an undocumented resident. DOL and the governor's office tells me they shut down ICE's access to the state database right away. DOL went on to say the terms of the agreement are very clear, as are the penalties for not following them. Even one violation is enough. It's that important.
Like, it is just kind of scary to think that just like anybody can be handing out your information to these officers. Boing, boing.
For families like Jessica's,
I'm tired.
It's about the human toll. The question of how Victor was found may have been answered for her, but the heartbreak remains.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, he's gone.
She has to explain to her 3-year-old why his father isn't here.
Say hello, world.
She has to give birth to their second son alone.
The despair, the panic, the separations of families, the violence, the chaos, like, I feel like it's all going to affect the future of this next coming generation.
Does it make you feel like you trust state agencies in Washington?
No, not at all.
The Department of Licensing sent a letter today to ICE saying this agreement has been terminated. I reached out to ICE to get their side of the story, and I haven't heard back.
So what's next? I mean, a lot of people want to know how many people have been impacted by this. How is this story going to evolve, do you think?
Well, I spoke with Representative Mena, who supports the law that makes this type of data sharing illegal. And she says that she'd like to see a lot more accountability from DOL. I would say advocates are also telling me that. As far as Representative Mena goes, she is holding a hearing this month in Olympia and plans to address this investigation.
Still some things to address for sure. Thanks.
Right.
You can see a lot more from the King 5 investigators in their monthly spotlight streaming right now. Just download the King 5 Plus app on your TV and watch for free.